Sam was in a car accident. When I got to the hospital, his secretary was peeling an apple for him. In the panic, the fruit knife slipped and cut her finger. Sam immediately grabbed her hand in alarm. "You're bleeding, nurse. Nurse. Quick!" After the chaos settled down, his gaze met mine, and his face instantly went pale. I calmly set down the apple one had brought. "The apple. Still want it?" Chapter 1. Lily had thick gauze wrapped around her fingers. She sat beside the bed, looking nervous and small. My gaze swept over the apple lying on the floor, half peeled, still clinging to its skin. "Why didn't you finish peeling it?" Lily's delicate face went pale. She glanced at the man in the hospital bed, silently begging for help. Sam frowned. "Olivia, don't be harsh on her. Funny, just minutes ago, I walked in on her doing exactly that, peeling apples. Now it was me being harsh." Lily exhaled as if relieved, clearly playing up her discomfort. She stood up uneasily. "Olivia, it was because Sam was driving me home that he got into the accident." She said it with red-rimmed eyes, as if I had forced her into guilt. "I'm so sorry for causing trouble." Then she bowed, a deep, deliberate bow. I said nothing. She looked at Sam, hesitated, and then quietly picked up her purse and left the room. Silence lingered after she left. Eventually, Sam's gaze settled on me. "I thought you were asleep." I didn't know how to respond. 2 hours ago, Sam had messaged me. He said he had a late meeting tonight, told me not to wait for him for dinner. At that very moment, I was sitting in his company's parking lot, watching Lily get into the passenger seat of his car. I hadn't replied to his message. Silence filled the room again. I picked up the apple. The fruit knife was in my hand, but I couldn't bring myself to use it. I didn't know how to peel an apple. I looked up and said plainly, "I thought you were in a meeting too." Sam's face froze. Suddenly, a knock at the door. Lily peeked her face in, carefully. "Sam." "I forgot my perfume." She hurried inside. The scent of her perfume brushed past me. On Sam's nightstand was a gift box elegantly wrapped. Unopened. Lily picked it up and bit her lip, eyes flickering. "Olivia." I asked Sam to help me choose it. Please don't misunderstand. Her whole demeanor, the way she looked at him, the softness in her voice, no woman would see that and believe they were just colleagues. I slapped the fruit knife down on the table. Smack. Lily flinched. Her eyes darted to me in alarm. I said flatly, "But your Sam said he was in a meeting." Lily's head snapped up. She stared at Sam, confused, then looked at me. He finished the meeting and then he came with me." "Enough." Sam cut her off. Lily's eyes welled with tears. Sam sighed, annoyed. "Olivia, don't scare her." He softened his voice, turned to Lily. "You should go. This has nothing to do with you." She stared at him in surprise, then obediently lowered her head. "Okay." Chapter 2. The room was quiet. Just the two of us left. The silence was suffocating. Sam lay on the hospital bed, his breathing slightly strained. He rubbed his temples. "Olivia, Lily's birthday is coming up. There's nothing more to it." "Really?" He used the word we. Suddenly, everything felt dull. Outside, it started to rain. Raindrops lashed against the windows in a dense, steady rhythm. Sam's expression shifted. Worry flickered in his eyes, quickly masked. Then I heard his phone ring. A soft, delicate voice drifted from the speaker. "Sam, it's raining so hard out here. I didn't bring an umbrella, and I'm really worried about you." I didn't hear what Sam said in return. Then Lily's voice came through again. "I guess I won't go back. Olivia doesn't seem to like having me around." Sam looked visibly uncomfortable. He met my gaze. "Olivia, she's just a kid." I looked at him coldly. "A 26-year-old kid?" He pressed his lips together. Didn't respond. I lost control of my tone. "Or would you prefer if I were the one standing downstairs in the rain right now?" His arrogance wilted a little. "That's not what I meant." Chapter 3. Years ago, there was a rainstorm just like this one. I was working a part-time job and slipped, fractured my leg. Sam came rushing into the hospital in a panic. His eyes went red the moment he saw me. Back then, I was saving up to buy him a winter coat. He'd been wearing the same one for 3 years. The sleeves were torn, but he couldn't bear to replace it. Neither of us had any money. The only fruit we could afford for vitamin C was apples. The cheapest kind, hard as stone. 10 yuan a bag. 15 pounds. Tough skin, impossible to bite through. He patiently peeled every single one for me at my bedside. And the peels, he didn't throw them away. He ate them, secretly. I cried. Sam laughed. Olivia, I'll peel the skin off all your apples for the rest of my life. Then he made it. Started his own company. Now he could buy any coat he wanted. Any fruit. From anywhere. Delivered straight to our door. But strangely, I never saw those cheap apples again. Chapter 4. When the rain stopped. I left the hospital. Sam followed behind, a little anxious. Olivia, are you mad? I stopped walking, didn't turn around. He hesitated, then added, I didn't lie to you on purpose. I just didn't want you to overthink. I tried to keep my voice from trembling. The insurance company called. They've assessed the damage. I heard him breathe a sigh of relief behind me. Don't let your thoughts run wild. I walked out of the ward. The hospital corridors were crowded. Right next to orthopedics was obstetrics. Couples passed by, hand in hand. Most wore expressions glowing with joy. Only I stood there, out of place, misaligned. I knew what Sam was testing. He had made it. He was successful. Everyone he interacted with now was either a boss or a rising star. And in that circle, the favorite competition was who had the youngest mistress. Who had the prettiest one? Who had the most? At first, Sam swore he'd never be like them. He said he wasn't that kind of man. But time changes everything. He came home later and later. And then, there was the scent of perfume on him. I knew that scent. Niche, expensive. The same one Lily wears. Chapter 5. When I returned to the hospital, I brought him some porridge. I opened the door to the ward and saw my husband being helped out of the bathroom. Lily's cheeks were flushed pink. Her eyes darted around like she didn't know where to look. She looked absolutely flustered. Sam cleared his throat and let her guide him slowly back to the bed. On his nightstand, there was already a packed breakfast, clearly homemade. I placed the porridge down, letting it make a little noise. It startled the pair in their ambiguous little moment. Lily stumbled for words. Olivia. I went looking for a nurse, but they were all busy. Sam wasn't feeling well, so I had to help him to the bathroom. I didn't see anything, I swear. My eyes passed over Sam's. He avoided them. Still trying to keep his tone neutral, he asked, How'd the insurance report go? I smiled and turned to Lily. Well, is Sam big enough for you? Will he do? Lily's face changed instantly. She stared at him, completely speechless. Sam's expression darkened. Olivia, watch your mouth. Lily flushed. Her eyes welled up. Olivia, Sam was in such a hurry. And you weren't here. I couldn't just let him pee in the bed. It was the first time I took a good look at her face. Round, fair, smooth forehead. She looked a lot like me, back when I was young. As she finished speaking, Sam's face turned cold. He glanced at the two starkly different breakfasts on the table, then said, Where were you last night? Where else? I went home, to sleep. I said nothing. He sneered. I picked out perfume for Lily, and she at least brought me breakfast she made herself. And you? You stayed up all night arguing about an insurance claim? Have you even thought about the fact that I can't take care of myself right now? You left me here alone, and Lily helped. What's so wrong with that? Sam, Lily's eyes were red as she leaned in beside him. Then she raised her head and looked at me, stubbornly, his legs in a cast. When I came in, he couldn't even move. He looked so pitiful. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Anyone would feel bad seeing that. I smiled faintly. Miss Lily, in-law, the burden of proof lies with whoever makes the claim. So tell me, when it comes to who Sam was cheating with, and who's been taking care of him since, are we even in dispute? Lily's eyes widened in panic. We didn't. Olivia. Sam growled through his teeth. That's enough. I wasn't planning to rip off the bandage just yet. I picked up the porridge I brought and turned to leave. Behind me, I heard Sam call my name. Irritated. He took a deep breath and spoke between clenched teeth. Lily didn't see anything, and you should take back those awful things you said. I nodded. Okay. I lifted the little tub of porridge and waved it toward them. You're not eating this, right? I'll give it to the dog. I turned and walked away. Behind me, I heard the quiet sobs of a woman. And then, before the elevator arrived, a man's gentle voice, comforting her. I closed my eyes. Emotionally? Surprisingly calm. Chapter 6. This so-called meeting of Sam's wasn't the first lie he'd told me. The first time was also because of Lily. It was a gala. Sam had always insisted I accompany him to those events, but that time, he said, no +1s allowed, so I stayed home. That same night, a mutual friend posted photos. There was Sam, arm around a young woman, blocking drinks for her with his hand. I hadn't seen him smile like that in a long time. When he got home and realized I'd seen the photos, he immediately started apologizing. She's just a new hire. Babe, don't be mad. She reminded me a little of you, that's all. I just felt bad for her. If someone had helped us back then, maybe we wouldn't have spent so long eating apple peels. That was the first time I realized. To Sam, those apple peels from our past were just a shameful memory. I didn't argue that night, but my silence scared him. The next morning, he swore. He promised to keep his distance, said he'd never see her again, Lily or whoever else. But not long after, I heard that Sam had bent the rules. He'd formally hired the new girl as his secretary. Her name? Lily. Chapter 7. When Sam came home, he was on crutches. Lily was supporting him, her face flushed and damp with sweat. As soon as she saw me, she immediately let go of Sam's arm, panicked, flustered. Olivia. I was just helping Sam walk. I didn't do anything else. My eyes locked onto her smudged lips. If you're going to lie, remember to wipe your mouth first. She gasped and clapped her hand over her lips. Only her wet, teary eyes were visible. Honestly, even I had the urge to comfort her, let alone Sam. Sure enough, he gave a soft cough. Maybe her lipstick smudged when she was helping me walk. Lily nodded, still covering her mouth. She looked ready to cry at the slightest nudge. I looked away. Lily kept moving, pulled a perfume bottle from her bag, and placed it on the coffee table. Olivia, this is the perfume Sam paid for. I'm returning it to you. He's still not fully recovered. Please, don't fight with him because of me. She bowed to me, then turned and ran out. Right at that moment, I received a WeChat friend request. I accepted it. No message, just a single story post. He gave me so many things. If I don't like something, I can just throw it away. Attached image, the same bottle of perfume, on my coffee table. How childish. Such a cheap provocation. I calmly locked my screen and turned around. Behind me, Sam's voice was rushed. Olivia, where are you going? Chapter 8. I turned back. Out. Is there a problem? Sam's chest rose and fell. He shut his eyes. I came home. Lily left. I nodded, through clenched teeth. He continued. I asked Lily to leave, so stop being angry, okay? You weren't there in the hospital. What was I supposed to do, be helpless and alone? Olivia, stop making a scene. Try to be a little more understanding. Okay, I said. The relief in his expression was instant. Then I picked up my phone. What's Lily's number? I'll call her. Tell her to come back. The relief in his eyes instantly shattered. Olivia, are you insane? I'm your husband. You want another woman in our house to take care of me? I looked straight at him. Why not? Meeting his stunned gaze, I gave him a soft smile. Everything a wife's supposed to do, didn't you two already start doing it anyway? Sam's face went rigid. Yes. He'd been using my car lately, and I had listened to all the recordings from the dash cam. I heard everything. The shopping trip for her perfume, their little dinner date. And if that car accident hadn't happened, their next destination would have been a hotel. I even heard Sam say, pick a place near the office. I'll buy you a condo. So really, what else is there to say? Chapter 9. I didn't stay, just turned and went into the bedroom. The living room fell into silence for a long time. Then came the sound of a crutch hitting the floor. I've used a crutch before too. When I fractured my leg, wore a cast for weeks. Even when your body's broken, life doesn't stop. Back then, Sam was running around trying to build his business during the day, and rushing home every night to take care of me. One night, I fell and hit the floor before he got home. My cast cracked, almost in half. At the hospital, he snapped at me. You already had a broken leg. Why would you get out of bed? Just wait for me. I felt wronged. It's your birthday. I wanted to cook you noodles. He froze. I didn't cry, but his eyes turned red. He pulled me into his arms, tight. Olivia, I swear, I'll treat you well for the rest of my life. If I ever betray you, may lightning strike me down. Back then, he had nothing. No money, no friends. No one remembered his birthday, except me. Sam forgot that promise. Or maybe, it's not that the world changed him. It's that this is who he always was. Chapter 10. In the living room, footsteps shuffled. Then a knock at the study door. Sam's voice was low. Olivia, can we talk? I think I can explain the situation with Lily. He let himself in with the spare key. I was organizing our marital property documents. He frowned slightly. What are you doing? I paused, then replied. Sorting through things. They've been collecting dust. He straightened his back. Nothing happened between us. I looked up at him. So? His Adam's apple bobbed. Before he could speak, my phone kept lighting up. New messages from that newly added contact. Olivia, is Sam feeling better? I'm just a little worried. I've been the one taking care of him. After all. Oh, are you ignoring me? Are you mad at Sam? Or at me? Please don't fight because of me. There's really nothing between us. She'd left this house less than 2 hours ago, and already came back with this passive-aggressive performance. I replied, is cheating more fun when I'm part of the audience? In front of me, Sam looked irritated. Olivia, stop looking at your phone. Can you just listen to me? Word by word, he emphasized. Nothing happened between Lily and me. I don't know what you've misunderstood, but you can't just. I shoved my phone in his face. Whatever he was about to say died on his lips. Lily had just sent me a photo. She was lying beside Sam in the hospital bed. Eyes closed, face flushed with shy affection. VIP room, fold-out bed and patient bed, both visible. How do you explain something like that? I stared at Sam's face and let out a cold laugh. Seconds later, the image disappeared. She unsent it, then sent a frantic voice message. Olivia. I clicked the wrong button just now. I didn't mean to send that. You didn't see it, right? Sam's face changed immediately. He staggered and grabbed the edge of the desk for balance. Olivia. Lily doesn't understand how women are. She didn't mean anything. That day, the heating broke in the hospital. She was just trying to keep me warm. I stared at him silently. My phone buzzed again. This time, her voice played automatically. Olivia, are you mad? That day, I was just really cold. That's why I stayed in bed with Sam. Don't overthink it. Sam froze. Expression blank. Chapter 11. I lifted my chin. No need to explain. You were both cold. I get it. I stacked the property documents neatly. Sensing something, Sam suddenly grabbed my hand. Olivia, what are you doing with all this? I pulled my hand back, and before I could stop myself, I pushed past him and went into the bathroom to wash and disinfect. He followed close behind, his eyes filled with doubt. What? Olivia, are you saying I'm dirty? I turned off the tap, used an alcohol wipe to clean the backs of my hands. Didn't even look at him. This hand of yours, it's hugged Lily, hasn't it? He froze. His face shifted from pale to green to gray. Everyone around me is like this. Olivia, why can't you understand? Do you expect me to be some kind of saint? He couldn't hide his disappointment. Stop making a scene. Olivia, I'm tired too. Even though I had already made up my mind. Sam's sudden shift in tone still left me blank for a moment. But instead of pain, what settled in my chest was quiet clarity. This was always meant to be. I stared at him, and replied softly, "All right, I won't make a scene." Sam looked stunned, like that wasn't the reaction he expected. I dried my hands, walked past him, and put on my shoes. Then he finally reacted, staggering after me on his crutch, his brow furrowed deep. "Where are you going?" I didn't turn back, just closed the door. Chapter 12. At the law firm, the property evaluation wasn't finished yet when Sam called. His voice was clearly restrained. "Where are you? When are you coming home?" In the background, I heard the sound of glass shattering, then a woman's startled voice. "Lily." "Sam." I bumped into the photo frame. I didn't mean to. What do? I didn't stay on the line long enough to hear more. Sam hurriedly ended the call. A moment later, a message arrived. "Don't overthink it. I slipped and couldn't reach you, so I asked her to help. She'll leave soon." I set the phone down, said nothing. There's only one photo frame in the entire house. It was taken right after my leg healed. Sam had proposed, too impatient to wait. We couldn't afford a wedding shoot, so we asked a nurse to snap a photo outside the hospital. He once promised that when we had money, he'd take me around the world to wear the most beautiful wedding dresses. But once he had money, he no longer had time. That frame held our only photo together. I stood up and walked to the lawyer, pointed at one of the listed properties. "This house, I don't want it. It's tainted." Disgusting. Chapter 13. After we got married. This was the first night I didn't come home. Sam called, right on cue, 9 p.m. "Why aren't you home yet?" Before I could reply, he added quickly, "Lily's already left. My leg still hurts." I haven't eaten, as if I were hearing about Lily for the first time, as if he were handing me an excuse, and if I just accepted it, he and Lily would keep testing my limits, again and again. This game? Played too often. It just gets boring. This time, I didn't entertain it, just said, clearly and calmly, "Sam, let's get a divorce." There was a long silence. Then Sam's voice came, forced bravado. "What are you even saying? Divorce isn't something you throw around. I already told you, I never betrayed you. Why won't you let it go?" My tone remained steady. "I've had the assets evaluated. The divorce agreement will be sent to you shortly. You're home right now, right?" That's when Sam realized I wasn't bluffing. His voice turned anxious. "Divorce agreement? Olivia, I never wanted to divorce you." Only the sound of flipping pages echoed from my side of the line. "Once you receive it, pay close attention to page 3. It details the property division." "Olivia?" His voice cracked. "You're serious?" Why wouldn't I be? Just like how he seriously tried to get me used to the idea of him having a mistress. Even if it was just testing, it was still real. I kept my voice even. "Technically, there's no such thing as leaving with nothing under the law, but the court will award compensation to the at-fault party. Right now, I'm asking for half. Don't push me into taking this to court." I heard something crash on the other end. Sam's voice trembled. "No lawsuit." "Olivia, I don't agree to the divorce. Then I'll proceed with the legal route." He hung up on me. After some thought, I still sent the agreement via courier. If he's willing to sign, great. Court is a hassle. After all. Chapter 14. Just as I was getting ready to sleep, Sam called again, but said nothing for a long time. I frowned. "Do you have a problem with the terms?" He didn't answer that. His voice hoarse. He finally said, "Olivia, I've thought about this for a while. I never actually crossed any lines. Lily is just a female coworker. That can't be grounds for divorce. Why have you changed so much?" He paused, confused. "Did something happen? Are you hiding something from me?" After the shock passed, I couldn't help but laugh. "Sam, are you trying to blame me now?" He was quiet for a few seconds, then said, "If you stop insisting on divorce, we can talk. Until now, I've kept my body loyal to you. I haven't touched anyone else." I asked, "And what if you hadn't gotten into a car accident?" Without the accident, the next stop on their little trip after shopping and dinner was the hotel. He already had the excuse lined up. After the meeting, I had to entertain clients. If there hadn't been a crash, Lily might already be pregnant by now. There was a long pause. Then Sam muttered in frustration, "But the accident did happen, so nothing ended up happening between us." I was calm. "And what about in the hospital? Did nothing happen there either?" Silence. I smiled. "Lily using her hands doesn't count as cheating?" He panicked. "What are you even talking about?" I stated the facts. Plainly, I was at the hospital 6 days ago. I saw Lily walk out of the bathroom, satisfied, flirtatious, afraid I wouldn't notice. She looked me in the eye and said sweetly, "I'm a little tired, Olivia." At the time, Sam was behind the curtain on his bed. The floor was littered with tissues. The room reeked of something sordid. I turned around and walked out. I could still hear Sam asking, "Lily, what's wrong?" And her coy voice, "Nothing, Sam, just, my hand's sore." He chuckled and asked if she was okay. The next day, 200,000 yuan disappeared from our account. But it doesn't matter. That money is coming out of his share. What's mine? I won't leave a single cent behind. Chapter 15. I wasn't surprised when Sam found my new place. After all, he bought the second apartment back then, and put it under my name. When he handed me the keys, he said to me, "If I ever make you sad, you can move here. This is your security from your husband." I never doubted his sincerity back then. Shame it didn't last. He showed up on crutches, face unshaven, looking worn and older. "What are you doing here?" I asked. "To sign the agreement?" Sam suddenly grabbed my hand. "Olivia, I know I messed up, but I never wanted a divorce. Only after you left did I realize I really can't live without you. Lily or whoever. I don't care. My wife is you. You're the only one I want." He emphasized. "Nothing happened between me and Lily, technically. I know it upset you. I get it now. I've already called HR. I'll have her fired. Okay? No matter what others do, I won't stoop to their level again, okay?" His crutch dropped to the floor. While speaking, he tried to hug me. His breath brushed against my neck. That dense, humid breath made nausea rise in my throat. I shoved him hard. He hit the security door with a loud thud. He looked stunned, eyes red. "Olivia, the world might be filthy, but my feelings for you never changed." I couldn't hide the disgust in my eyes. "If I touched another man with my hand, could you accept it?" He froze. Lips trembled, but no words came out. "You couldn't accept it, right?" I sneered, stepping closer. "Then how dare you expect me to forgive so easily?" He stammered. "That's not what I meant. I can make it up to you." I looked at him, watched as he braced against the door to stand, and I didn't reach out. Then I asked, "Do you remember the promise you made when I broke my leg?" Sam's face drained of all color. I continued, "I don't know if lightning will ever strike you, but even if it does, I still wouldn't want to see your face again. Sam, you truly disgust me." He looked at me, stunned, disbelief in his eyes. I swung open the door, walked out, and shut it behind me. "If you like it so much, stay here. I'm going to file the divorce case." "Olivia!" He shouted my name. I walked away, passed by his crutch, didn't see it, accidentally kicked it far across the floor. Chapter 16. The divorce case was filed quickly. Sam received the court summons not long after. Before the hearing, it was Lily who started going crazy. She messaged me, voice trembling with fake sobs. "Olivia, why would you use divorce to force Sam to fire me? I never wanted to take anything from you. President Jiang already took me to several events. Now if I'm fired, what will the other executives think of me? That kind of victim act?" Clearly, it was for Sam to see. I didn't reply, maybe because Sam ignored her. Lily snapped, "You're the extra one here. Why do you always get in the way at the worst times? Don't pretend, Olivia. You also got to where you are the same way. Now you want to block others from doing the same?" She was talking about the 15% stake I held in Sam's company. I almost laughed, but I still took a moment to reply. "The path I took is nothing like yours. Sam's company was built step by step, with me beside him. You want my success but don't want to suffer for it?" A woman like you who only uses her body to climb. Compared to me? You're not even in the same league. I didn't wait for her response. Just blocked her. Women like her? No shame whatsoever. Chapter 17. News of my divorce case with Sam had spread like wildfire through our circle. Before the hearing, I happened to run into Sam, in a wheelchair, but the one pushing him wasn't Lily. It was a new male assistant I'd never seen. From afar, Sam stared at me. His lips were dry and cracked, his eyes full of reluctance and disappointment. Olivia, you know, people in our circle have been talking. There are plenty of men with mistresses. Their wives know, but you're the only one making a scene out of it, making everyone uncomfortable. I stopped walking. So what you're saying is, we should bring back the Qing dynasty? Make having multiple wives officially acceptable? Well, I mean, it can be arranged. I smiled sweetly. I saw Sam's eyes flicker with hope. Then I said, word for word, try getting struck by lightning, die, wake up in ancient times, and then you can have all the wives you want. I even added, sincerely, you should give it a try. That's how it always happens in those TV dramas. The hope in Sam's eyes shattered into pieces. Olivia. Right before we entered the courtroom, he called after me again, his fists clenched tightly on his knees. I admit I was wrong. Can't we stop it here? Inside the courtroom, the judge was only waiting for the two of us to sit. I gave him a detached smile. Do you remember what I asked you that day when you said you had to go to a meeting? His face instantly turned white. He remembered that day. I'd asked him if I had good news. Could you skip this meeting? Just this once? Back then, he replied gently, it's just a quick business meeting. Tell me your good news when I get home, all right? He suddenly gripped the wheels of his chair and rolled forward to grab my hand. Olivia, what was that good news? What did you want to tell me? I leaned down, looked him in the eyes. I was going to tell you, I was pregnant. We were finally going to be a real family. His eyes dropped instantly to my belly. A glimmer of hope lit up his face. Olivia, then let's not divorce. Let's go home. We're having a baby. We can start over. I'll be a good dad. I stared into his eyes, then said softly, but the day I saw you and Lily fooling around in the parking lot, I went to the hospital, and I ended the pregnancy. I smiled faintly. Why do you think I got to the hospital so fast that night? His eyes turned red. He started shaking. Olivia, you aborted the baby, just to get revenge on me? I yanked my hand out of his grip, and sneered. Don't flatter yourself. I just didn't want my child to be born with a father like you. You would have been his shame. After saying that, I didn't hold back anymore, turned around, and stepped into the courtroom. The evidence I submitted included a full recording of Sam and Lily's conversation in the car. Emotional breakdown of the marriage. No further proof was needed. The judge brought down the gavel. Years of marriage, officially over. When I walked out of the courthouse, Sam was sitting outside, dazed and defeated. I turned away, walked behind him, and down a completely different path. From this point on, no ties, no regrets. Chapter 18. That night, some friends arranged a dinner to celebrate my first day as a divorcee. As the drinks clinked and the room grew lively, someone clapped their hands. A group of over a dozen young men walked in, lined up in formation. Someone teased, Olivia, you never picked one when you had a husband. Now you're single. Come on, loosen up a little. Why follow the old rules? A woman beside him laughed. Pick two for Olivia. One on the left, one on the right. Put it on my tab. The whole room erupted in cheers and laughter. What Sam didn't know was, outside his precious business circle, Haiching also had its own elite wives circle. He had his little mistresses to flaunt, but the wives had their own well-groomed boys to play with. Maybe it wasn't about who was wilder, but fitting in with a crowd doesn't require sharing the same hobbies. Even though I never picked any of them, I still got along with everyone. Halfway through, someone leaned over, tipsy, and whispered, Olivia, don't be so serious all the time. Your ex-husband? He's been to places like this plenty. One girl after another, this kind of thing is old news for men like him. Ha! Chapter 19. The dinner ended late. I'd had a few drinks. Just enough to feel a light buzz. The sound of heels followed me out of the club. A woman lit a slim cigarette right in front of me. Olivia, so, you pulled it off? I nodded. She smiled. Good, since you made it. I'm next. When I get divorced, you better help me. I laughed. Of course, I'll even help you catch your husband in the act. She rolled her eyes at me. And don't forget the mistress. The girl we prepped for Sam? Total waste. But my husband Old Wong might enjoy her. You even picked out his favorite type. I agreed one by one. It started to rain. Cold drops against my skin. So bring me up. I'd known about their dirty business tricks for a long time. The girl we prepped? She was only a test. I never expected the test wouldn't even start. Sam already tripped over some other woman. No, he'd been ready to fall all along. Lily just showed up first, and she fit his fantasy of forbidden excitement better. The woman beside me exhaled a perfect smoke ring, then frowned. Wait, I heard you were pregnant? And you had an abortion? And you're already drinking without doing postpartum recovery? Nope. I laughed, shaking my head, then pulled one of her long, slim cigarettes from the box and lit it. I was never pregnant. That was just a lie to screw with an idiot. The spicy smoke hit my throat. I burst into a coughing fit. The woman stared at me wide-eyed, then laughed so hard she doubled over. Damn, Olivia, you're brutal. Chapter 20. Sam might have been trash, but he did have a good business mind, even giving up half of his assets. He was still worth a lot. While I was traveling in the Maldives, I heard the latest news about him. His leg still hadn't fully healed. Yet he insisted on attending a major contract signing. It was an international deal. And they'd even invited the local press. That's when Lily burst in crying. She stormed in and screamed about being used and abandoned. She threw a full-blown tantrum and ruined the entire signing ceremony, even with all of Sam's connections. He couldn't fix the damage. Business circles are strange when you're still on the outside. You can squeeze your way in with sheer ambition, but once you fall again, no one will admit they ever knew you. Last I heard, Sam was doing pretty badly, dragging that leg that still couldn't walk properly, trying desperately to salvage his reputation. As for what happened after that, I stopped paying attention. Whether he rises again or disappears entirely, it doesn't matter. We're strangers now, and likely won't meet again. Someone by the pool called out to me, "Come swim with us." I smiled and got up. Coming! The water in the Maldives truly is as colorful as they say.